Hello everyone and welcome back again. Sorry about that. That was a bit of dodgy filming just then. Shaky hands. I was trying to do this. I was trying to use this. I was trying to shut this thing down and it weren't doing what it was telling it to do. And yeah, as you probably guessed from the intro, but I'm not into all that editing stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Right, so quick update. From the last video, I didn't say nothing. We just had this new model, the new Acura scale, as you know. I had that running around just to show you what I'd got. So just a few of you kept saying, Lee, when we're going to get an update, talk us through the update. Even though the clues were there, I mean, in that last sort of mini running session, if you like, just seeing in the comments anyone that could spot something that had sort of changed. So I'll just quickly talk you through it. It won't be a long video, but just as a quick update, I've got so much to do in here as well. I'm going to do a proper update whilst I'm off work. I'm not back till the 5th, so I'm hoping that I'll get a bit more done then. The tracks are not the cleanest, the tracks. There's mess everywhere. So I'll just quickly go through a couple of bits. In my last video, you know, I spoke about this. Or I think I did anyway. Still sort of getting used to this thing. It's sort of, I don't know, it sort of just does what it wants. I mean, the bell starts the engine and it doesn't start the engine, and the emergency stop might work, it might not work. But to be fair, I mean, it probably comes down to the way that I've done me dodgy wiring. I've got so much wiring to do. If we look over here, I've got loads of wiring that I got from Getz. Talking about Getz, I did see a couple of years there. I saw John from Piccadilly, John Warner, and then I bumped into Kev right at the last minute at the KFC, funny enough. Just thought we were going home, I bumped into him, so that was nice. Not sure how this is looking on video. Like I said, this is a bit of a dodgy video, a bit of a wobbly handy jobby. But yeah, just to talk you through what I've done. The country scene, I can't remember in my last update if I'd spoke about the country scene. I changed this. As you can see, I got this. What is it? Realistic water, I think, from. Can't even think now. It's been so long since I've been up here. Yeah, anyway, I think I put that in my last video, but that's that. It's changed. It used to run along the layout and it used to sort of come down this side of it. Didn't really like it, to be honest. It was a bit of a cliche, wasn't it? The way you'd have, you know, a nice little bit of bridge work going on here, and then it had a perfect little running, pretty little stream. To me, like I said, I think it was a cliche, and I much prefer this. You can get some good shots of the trains as well going over the little bridge. What else have I done? The fence is new as well. I bought a load of this fence off eBay. Actually, overbought it. Bought absolutely tons of the stuff and just didn't get me maths right, really. But I've got the fence in. It's only a cheap fence, but it does the job. You can see that I put a little bit of green weathering powder on it just to take the dairy off it a little bit. It looks a little bit too plastic. Yeah, so that runs along here. This part is going to be a lake. You can probably see how that's going to turn into a lake. I'd like, calling the kettle black here, a bit of a cliche, but I'd like, I don't know, a little bit of fishing going on here or something. Not that you'd want to catch much from in there. But I've got another bottle of that realistic water sitting up here somewhere, so I'm going to have to dig that out. What else is there? Trees, can't even remember if I mentioned the trees, but I've done more trees. Yeah. And I've done more of this bush stuff as well. Now, this bush was made out of the mesh that you get. Let's see if I can grab it. There you go, got that wrong as well. So it's actually this polyfibre stuff. You've all seen it, loads of channels have showed you how to do it. Basically what you do is you just break it up and then you just put a little bit of flock and a bit of scatter on it. But I don't know if you'd agree with me, but it actually come out really nice. I like this overgrown foliage stuff going on. I don't know, I just really like it. I think it looks right. Up this end, it still needs more. It needs more of this foliage stuff done. It needs more of this put up here, just to sort of stop it looking so plain like that. This dark green, this unrealistically dark green stuff. That's going to be hoovered up and covered as well. That was just a bit of weathering powder, a bit of green moss weathering powder off of the fencing. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that fibre, yeah, how that fibre come out with a flock. I think it really sort of looks the part. Yeah, so anyway, so there you. As you noticed from the last video, I've got these as well. These container wagons. This was a double pack. Let's see if I get it all in a camera. There you go. This was a double pack. So you get that one and you get that one. And I got it for Christmas. The wife got it for me for Christmas, which was nice. And I tell you what, it was a complete pain in the arse to do. Underneath, you've got these tiny little clamps. Yeah. Now, Bachmann, kindly enough, didn't put them on themselves. They let us put them on. Yeah. And you can tell why. They're not stupid, are they? It took me absolutely ages. For how long it took to put these tiny fiddly little clamps on, even though they look really, I must admit they do look good, separately fitted as well. But to put these on, I mean, I kid you not, to do just them two, it took me hours. I could have built a complete Airfix kit and painted it and hung it from me ceiling as well. And you'd think that after doing so many of these, the more you do, the quicker you get and the easier it gets. And it doesn't get any easier. It does get easier at all. In fact, it's like when like when you're dying to take a slash, you're busting for a slash, and the closer you get to home, the worse it gets. Then it's like you're just going to explode with it. This is what this was doing. All right, maybe not in exactly the same context, but it was a bit like that, dying for a slash, and the closer you get to it, the harder it gets and the more uncomfortable. And the best bit about it, I've ordered another 3 of these, so camera going a bit blurry, so I've got the complete set of them. I think there's only 5 of these Bachmann wagons, but to be fair, I mean, they do look the part. They really do look the part. I mean, I ain't going to go into detail, but you've seen it. I think loads of people have done reviews, but they've got all separately fitted shut bars or slam bars and locking bars, whatever you call them, on the back. But they really do look the part. I think weathered up with a Class 66 pulling it. This thing's just been a legend. This Class 66 is amazing. And I never thought I'd actually get one. I was quite envious when people had the Hatton's one. But to be fair, I mean, it was that #1 rule, whatever you call it, or the magic rule, the modeller's rule. I can't think of what you call it, rule #1. And I thought, sod it, do you know what? I'm going to get what I want to get. And the reason I wanted this, like I've said before, I see these all the time. This is what I see at Barking Station and also on the Gospel Oak line going through Leighton, Tottenham. This is what I see. I see it in this livery as well. Being in Upminster, I'm not far from Dagenham either, so you do see a 66 parked there as well. I can't remember what the livery's called. I don't know, is it England, Wales and whatnot, but it's a red one. But I wanted this one because this is the one I see. Now I could have gone for Oppers. I could have gone for Oppers. There's some nice dapper ones out. You can weather them up and they really look nice, but it's not what I wanted. The idea of getting this was because I see it. This is what I see. I see them quite often, and that's what I want. So by the time I get the rest of the, don't know how long it's going to take me to actually put them little fiddly bits on. Might end up just super gluing the containers on it in the end. No, I won't. I'll do it properly. But yeah, it should be quite a nice, decent sort of length. Nothing's changed at Upminster, so I'm not going to start babbling on and waffling on about that. It's all still exactly the same. Up here, You can just see the amount of dust. Well, I ain't been up here for so long. It all needs cleaning. You can see there's bits that's come apart as well. The railings are, I think it's the change in weather and whatnot. The back scene, the back scene's all started bubbling up. That's going to get ripped out this year. Probably do exactly the same one, but just try and get a better version of it. This is like a cheap paper one, this one, but get a better version of it. This is the other thing as well. This now, I've built about a gazillion of these over the years. It looks all right, but you get so much better ones now. You get people out there to do laser cut. I'd like a laser cut version. I'm not a fan of this paper stuff. I've never been a fan of the paper stuff. Over here, still the same, the signal box. But the good thing is, if you remember one of my videos quite a while ago now, we had an infestation and I think they were silverfish up here. They've gone. There's no more chewing up me paper buildings. What I've done is I just sort of weathered it, and it's been sprayed over with a lacquer, a matte lacquer, and since it's had that, it's been fine. You can see, look, the back scene's hanging off, and it really needs a good old tidy up. This is where all the work's been going in over this side of the board. When I went to Getz, I didn't buy nothing interesting. In fact, nothing interesting at all, except track. I bought a load of lengths of flexi track and these things. I bought a load of Pico points. With the Pico points, I can't even remember how many I bought. I've still got more over there. But I've done near on £300, 250, something like that, just on points and track. But it was well worth it because this was crying out for a bit of interest going on. And this is basically what I've been up to. I've been doing this. So I'm going to talk you through why I've done this. So you've got the up line, you've got the down line. And as they come round, ignore all this green stuff, by the way, because as you know, it's going to end up looking nice and neat and tidy like that stuff does. Yeah, so take no notice of that. You know, it's going to get tidied up. But so basically, the idea is they can come along here and go straight across. They can go into platform 1 of Upminster, where you see these Network South East coaches. So it can do that. It can turn off, go into there, or it can carry on and go into platform 2, which you can see. I've got the class 47 on that line. Putting into that can go into platform 2, or keeping with the theme of that direction. This direction, sorry, the down line. That would make sense. That makes perfect sense. And so does this one. That makes perfect sense as well. Now, what don't make sense is it wouldn't be in that direction going on an upline that way. So I've kept it all sort of in line, if you like, all uniform. So, like I said, it comes along, it can go into that bay there, that bay platform, I think it's called, or it can go into platform 2 where you can see the 47, or what it can do is it can cross over, yeah, and as it crosses like this, it ignores the upline, and it will come round, keeping in the same direction which it should be facing in and moving in, and there you see it going to what is it, platform 3, but it still be going in the right direction, if that makes sense. With the other line, with the upline, as it goes around, it'll go all through the country scene, all through there and whatnot and round. And it would work out that it does work out, because you've seen it just running, but it comes up, it comes back on this line going in that direction, which is the right direction. As it comes around, you can see it keeps in with that direction, So this line here, what is it, platform 4? With platform 4, it will come around, and as you can see, it will come around, and as it comes around, yeah, I'm losing my bearings here. As it comes around, you'll see it'll go onto the up line, staying in line with the direction that it should be. Now, that took a little bit of working out, believe it or not. Most of you are looking, saying, Lee, it's very simple and basic still. I'm not one to do shunting or whatever, but like this, it's going to work fine for me, because that means I can get a train in the right direction going into any one of the platforms. The other point I put in was this one, because this one means it can go into platform 5, and then as it goes through Upminster, still keeping its right direction. This is going to look really bad and messy because it ain't done. These are the only 2 lines that are working at the moment, but you can see they'll come round, and then you're going to have to imagine this for all the mess. It'd have all the point work that continues it. So it's basically like a bigger loop, if you like. It's still just a tail chasing layout, but it would mean that the trains stay in line with the direction that they're running in. And the idea I've got is that Upminster, all these platforms, even though there's going to be 2 trains running at a time, because I've only got 2 lines going through the countryside, you can pick and choose which train leaves what platform, thus making this like a mini fiddle yard. And over here, talking of which, don't judge me by the way the trains are there. Trust me, it's professionally stacked, professionally chucked in that mess. As you come across there, you can see it can branch off there, and then I'm going to have several sidings there as well, just for a little bit more storage. So there you go. So there's the update. I hope that made sense. With all the point work, there's a load of wiring to do. I've got loads of wiring to do. I've also got the other end of the layout, this end, to sort of repeat this, but in the other direction, as you can imagine, and it will just mean I can choose which loop I want it to run through. That's meaning what platform. All right, so there you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that update. I was desperate to get one in before the new year. I didn't get a chance to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. As you know, my videos are very far and few between. I don't do a video if there's no point in doing one just for the sake of it. There's just no point in it. So, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of work. I ain't going to go through, I've already done it. But you can see I've done quite a bit of work. Still got loads more to do. I've got the lake to do. I might even extend these boards out a little bit as well. Just give them a little bit more sort of width to, I don't know yet. But what I do know is there's plenty of track work to be getting on with. Plenty of track work, plenty of wiring as well. So keep myself busy. All right, guys. So I hope you had a nice Christmas. And I wish you all a happy new year, and I promise you I'll be back real soon. I won't keep leaving it so long. All right, guys, so take care. Before I go, one thing, let me know what you think in the comments about how I've done that wiring over there with this point work. Just let us know what you think. If you've got any better ideas, let us know. If you like it like that, I think it's nice and simple, goes round. You can choose which loop, like I said, nice and simple, and I ain't had no derailments as well, which is happy days. All right, guys, so I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you all soon.